When we turn our eyes to the stars, some see an infinite void, but there are others, those who see a future where advanced life forms are welcome to coexist with us. Entity that needs us as much as we need them. The result is often depicted as a character that brings the best out of each parties involved. Venom, the dark doppelganger of Spider-Man and Clintar evolved form of Eddie Brock. And Blue Beetle, the biotechnologically advanced armor protecting Jaime Reyes. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, I'm Alex from Azelrix and you're watching Fusion Factory, the show where I will be drawing a fusion between pop culture characters. As usual, if you want to know more about how to draw and understand fusion, be sure to read the description where I have my entire system clearly worded out. You will also find there a playlist of all my fusion episodes, but by all means, stick around to watch this video first. And if you enjoy my content, be sure to subscribe and activate the bell to be notified whenever a new video comes up. If you do so, you will enter a symbiotic relationship with me and my channel, and you will be rewarded with quality videos for making me even more powerful each day. Alright, now that this is done, let's take a look at our fusion materials. The Marvel universe doesn't really need an introduction at this point. It's a universe full of gods, monsters, superheroes, villains, and today's topic, aliens. Marvel Universe's aliens. We think about Skrull, about the Krees, about the Chitauri. These are always the first one to pop up. But ironically, the species that is the most represented by main characters or main villains is also the most overlooked. I am of course here talking about the Clintars and its most prominent member, Venom. Originally designed to be the antagonist in a filler saga, Venom became powerful enough to become one of Spider-Man's most terrifying villains. Even though he's more of an anti-hero today. He is the result of the symbiotic relationship between Eddie Brock and an unnamed symbiote that attached itself to Spider-Man during the Secret Wars storyline. Eddie Brock having an undying hatred for Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and the symbiote wanting to take revenge on its previous host, they formed the almost unstoppable foe now known as Venom. Clintars have the ability to assimilate the powers of their hosts. So naturally, Venom possesses all of Spider-Man's powers, but also some of his own. We're talking about super strength, enhanced durability, speed, reflexes, but also the ability to swing web, create tools and weapons, and even camouflage. Without forgetting the infamous ability Venom has to shapeshift. When we talk about visuals, Venom has evolved a lot since its creation, but some elements remain consistent. He uses black and white as his main color, he is super muscular, and he has a semi-liquid body. His strongest elements are obviously the tongue and teeth, selling the monster aspect, and his warp eyes, which are pupilless, which gives the feeling that we stare right into the eyes of a soulless being. All elements making a very interesting character visually speaking, and one of the scariest monsters roaming the Marvel universe. The DC universe has no shortage of great teenage superheroes. Between Kid Flash, Aqualad, and other Robins, we think of them mainly as sidekicks, but it's not the case for today's topic, Jaime Reyes, aka the Blue Beetle. Once a normal teenager minding his own business, Jaime came into contact with an alien piece of technology, the Blue Scarab. A biotechnologically advanced being created by a species known as the Reach. Unfortunately, these aliens have the nasty habit of taking control of planets for profit. That's evil corporate at its best! Hey, Donald Trump, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, you name it! Protected by the Scarab and armed with the will to defend his own town, Jaime then became the third Blue Beetle. Being extremely advanced, the Scarab provides Jaime with an almost impenetrable armor, in addition to being able to fly, shapeshift, and also create melee and long-range weapons such as swords, hammer, sonic cannon, lasers, etc. He also has access to an almost universal alien language translator, and pretty much anything else the scenario needs him to do. Design-wise, Blue Beetle has a very simple color palette. He is a solid black and blue with warmer color around the eyes. His armor walks the blurry line between War Machine and biotechnologically advanced being. He draws from the biopunk aesthetic going into the deep space territory. And even though Blue Beetle is far from being atop of the mountain of superheroes in the DC universe, and lacks a great lot of screen time and stories, in a universe full of the most iconic characters, Blue Beetle is a name not to forget and watch grow to become one of the world's greatest superheroes. These characters are just asking to be fused. Venom and Blue Beetles have abilities that are how so similar and compatible. They essentially have the same abilities, except Venom can replicate, assimilate, and possess living organisms, and the Scarab does pretty much the same thing, but he creates technology instead. So instead of trying to merge and middle ground these abilities, I found a way to make them work together to upgrade each other. This is Biotech! A beetle wielder that came into contact with a clintar. Their abilities piled up and they merged permanently, seeing as how much they had in common. The durability of the Scarab provide a wonderful armor for the clintar, getting a new resistance to fire and sound, which are Venom's main weakness. He can assimilate living beings and replicate their abilities just like Venom, but also he can now do the same with technology. Yes, I just plagiarized upgrade from the Ben 10 universe. I went for ReSkin, the art of putting the skin pattern of a character onto the body of another one. Obviously, that's the path to take with Venom, but I didn't want to feel like it was a clintar over a Blue Beetle wielder. So what I did is merging the color palette, playing with the shades of gray and dark blue to meet both character palette on the middle ground. I gave the defining trait of Venom to the characters, which are the eyes and the teeth. He also has a long tongue like Venom, but I drew it and I retracted it as it was a bit too much with the cannon on the back. The result is an incredibly versatile character that is as strong as he is fast, and a threat to any opponent that dare cross his path. So that's it guys, tell me what do you think about this fusion and what character do you want me to fuse next? If you want to see more of my fan arts, you can follow me on Instagram, link down below, and you can also follow me on Twitter. If you are an artist, be sure to leave your link and I will eventually check them out, or reach to me on social medias, once again in the description, and who knows, maybe someday we'll do a collab together. While you're there, remember to subscribe and activate the bell to be notified whenever a new video comes up. Share this video with all your Marvel and DC Comics fan friends, and as always, thanks for watching.